right.
He's come to have a chat with us live on BBC Radio Northampton. Kevin, I mean, where do you start with that? I imagine we might have a very similar chat to 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. What were your thoughts on that one?
Oh, well, look, the thing is, we haven't scored a goal, have we? And we should have, and we've got to, we've got to be more ruthless than that. The opportunities, the lads. In the first half, certainly we give them a few moments which we shouldn't have. I thought we were by far the better team throughout the game. Certainly in the second half, where we stepped it up a bit. I think you can see that the lads have grown a bit more in confidence, and then just couldn't put it in the back of the net. And sometimes it's like that, and at the moment it is. And we've got to find a way. But look, I'm very pleased with a lot of it. But I'm not too pleased about losing, especially at home where I didn't want to lose this season. I didn't care who would come in here. I always believed that we could, make 6 fields a fortress. But I think it is. I think they'll go away thinking they've got a way we want tonight. And if they don't, then I'll be very surprised, and they'll be a bit deluded in thinking that they. But they stood up to it and blocked and got blocks in where it was important, and where I hope that will be in the next coming weeks.
I can see the frustration on your face, because you're quite right in what you say. We could talk here now, even in defeat, and talk about the many positives of that performance, the way you controlled the game, the way you controlled the ball, the way you created chances, 3 massive chances and numerous other half chances. But it all kind of doesn't matter, does it, if you don't put the ball in the back of the net?
No, it doesn't. Look, if you score one, you get yourself, and you take the point, and then you come up here frustrated that you haven't won the game. I think everybody inside the stadium today knows that we should be coming back with something at least, but that's the cruelty of football, and that's where we're at the minute. I think on Saturday, we've played some tough teams and some big teams who are expected to be up there come the end of the season, and we've matched them all, which I'm very pleased about, and what I said to the lads. But what we haven't done is we haven't punished them when we've had them opportunities. So look, it's not about worrying now. It's not about getting a bit. It's about us now stepping up, I should say. It's about, I've just said to the lads, you can't panic. There's not a panicking time. This is about, sort of taking a deep breath, looking at it. We'll go over the analysis stuff, and we'll look at it, and we'll show the good stuff. We'll show the few bits which we allowed them time and space where we shouldn't, what we've shown them before, and they were able to sort of hurt us in them moments. But I thought we dealt with everything, and Burgess had nothing to do apart from pick the ball up the net. And I think that's a huge credit to the boys, and a huge testament to them, and we put them under some real good pressure today. And what I expect is to go on from this now. I want us to do that, but start putting the ball in the back of the net. And I said it's like that. When I remember last year we were in this sort of sticky moment, and then when we went and hit Peter before 4, I said to the lads, I was saying to the lads for like weeks before that, that we're going to hit someone because of the opportunities and chances we were creating. But I feel these have been sometimes misses on our behalf, but sometimes a bit unlucky, and then when you need the referee to step up and make a decision, he hasn't tonight, and which I'm disappointed in. I don't like talking about him, that, Jake, but he's got to stand up and give the penalty. It's a penalty. We all know it is. Everybody knew it was. They knew it was. We knew it was. So just give it, and make them decisions. But look, we can't moan about him because we haven't done our job in putting the ball in the back to them.
Is that the incident you're talking about, the handball in the box?
Yeah, everyone could see it, couldn't he? It's like, but look, I'm not going to get onto them. We'll speak to them, or Colin will go in to speak to them. I can't go in because I get maybe a bit too irate with them. Look, but I'll be speaking to the main man. I should imagine in the next week or so, because the last couple of games I've been on the end of some dodgy decisions. But look, as I said, let's not get to that, because it's about us focusing on us and making sure that we punish teams when we get the opportunities we have.
Yeah, and the double frustration, again, to use that word, like you say, is you're not punishing teams and then you're getting punished. The finish from Draper, I'm sure that there'll be an element of the defending that you're not happy with, but he's hit that the first time on the volley from the edge of the box, and you don't get a better finish than that.
No, and you think go off the post and go the other way, but that's where the moments we're in at the minute, and that's why we've got to be. That's why I've got to be now, together and think, yeah, we're getting punished a bit at the minute, because it's a fantastic moment and finish for the lad. But I mean, that's all they've shown for my liking, and that was it. As I said, that's all that Beja probably had to do in the whole of the 90 minutes. But again, you know, we've got to look at ourselves and we've got to look at what we do. And what I'm saying at this moment in time is a team getting better and better as the game goes on. As the games are going on. But what we're not doing is we're not executing and punishing in the final third as well as what we should have.
Just a final one. You're back here again on Saturday against Exeter. Again, another big game for you. And again, large parts of the performance that you can take into that. Add in a goal or two, hopefully.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? I mean, it was loads of really positive stuff what we took from Stevenage and we put into tonight, and that helped us. I thought we were a bit tentative the way we started. We didn't sort of relax and calm. I thought actually when they scored the goal, that's when we become a better team, and we sort of then started getting the foot on the ball and taking control of the game. But there's moments where I feel like that we might be holding on to it a bit longer. We could put it in the box a bit earlier. We can make them decisions. But look, we'll look at it, as I said in the analyst, and we'll just keep getting better at it. And I think if we can continue to keep getting better, if we weren't making them chances, Jake, I'd be a bit worried. But I feel that we're not far off.
Hard luck tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.